Welcome back to Exotic Car Play Place, everyone. Thanks for joining in on this beautiful sunny day today. So the day you finally rolled home in that brand new luxury car, you thought to yourself, I finally made it. I've made the mark, I've earned the money, I've worked hard for it, and I deserve it. Yes, of course you deserve it. Why? Because luxury cars are great, as are supercars. Those premium vehicles are great because they're a luxury. They're something that's not a bare necessity. In other words, there's lots of the population that can afford a basic means of transportation. Whether you ride the bus, a bicycle, motorcycle, or you buy a basic mode of transportation like a Honda Civic or a Toyota Corolla, they all get you from A to B. That's super. But you want something a little bit glossier than what the mainstream population drives, so therefore you decide to buy a luxury car. So ultimately a luxury car is not needed. It's above and beyond what you consider standard fare. Now if you're buying a general car, you would expect certain levels of just overall dependability, low running costs. That just goes without saying. You want cheap brakes and cheap oil changes. You want things that just keep running, but the expectation is they're not going to deliver comfort, the extra performance, the sounds, the excitement. They're not going to include that. You get that in a luxury car. Now, while some people consider luxury cars just being a car that you can drive reliably for a long period of time, that in itself is its own sort of luxury, the reality is that's not a luxury car. And so some people would argue cars like Lexus and Acura can provide that luxury experience and still maintain a certain level of reliability. And while there's certain truth to that, Lexus and Acura does not necessarily push the boundaries of pure luxury. In fact, a lot of their cars are so close to their lower end versions, the Toyotas and Hondas, that you might as well just buy the lower end version and be done with it. In fact, a true luxury car often not only gives you some of those extra features that makes you feel special above its base models, but it often usually has horsepower, because luxury cars are built to be powerful and smooth and strong. And so cars with 400, 500, 600 horsepower, and now we're getting up there even more, 700 and 800 horsepower, are now in the scope of some modern day supercars, as well as a lot of the larger, more powerful luxury cars. So you're expecting a large, powerful, sometimes thirsty engine. You're also expecting sometimes the extra things that make you feel special. As well with luxury cars, they're usually packaged full of technology, often seldom found in a lot of the lower end vehicles. For example, you get big tires and wheels, you might get wings that articulate, you might get oversized infotainment systems and large glass panels and great engines that look great and big and powerful. You get other great features, sometimes automated features, heated seats, heated windshields, adaptive cruise, and some of those other features. You might even get automated features like remote start. You might get door handles and mirrors that fold. You might get other great touches like very interesting styling cues in mirrors as well as door handles. Things that just look a little different than the mainstream. How about LED headlights? Sure, that's becoming the mainstream, but at the same token, it is still a bit of an upgrade. Now, luxury cars are usually also appointed with leather that goes from top to bottom, left to right, all the way around, instead of more of the generic versions that might just have a leather face seat. They cover everything. You get cars that smell wonderful because of leather. You get cars that look wonderful. All the soft touches within the interior, as well as those high gloss finishes that just make the overall interior pop. In some cases, you can have other things like carbon fiber and such. These vehicles are none of which are essential. They are a luxury car, and it's because it's a luxury car, you have to expect some of the things that come with that, and that's inefficiencies as well as unreliability factors. And does that even matter? Because at the end of the day, yes, you've made it. And at the end of the day, you've got yourself a luxury car. You accept a few of the nuances. You've got the money. In most cases, most people that are buying true luxury cars, premium luxury cars, are buying them new and either lease them, finance them, but they're usually working with these cars that are under warranty. So it's rarely an issue. It can be an issue for the second and third owners. However, the intent is to buy something that's current and something that's upscale, and therefore you will accept some of the idiosyncrasies that come with that car. It might be hard to live with in certain ways. You might be spending a little more time in the shop. Services might be more costly, even if they're not covered under warranty. You just accept it because it's a luxury item and it has nothing to do with the bare essentials. It's a luxury car, and therefore you have to accept some of the faults that come with these cars. And on that note, people believe that Lexus or Acura are brands that can provide all of the benefits of luxury and none of the negatives of what you get in terms of reliability. And that's just not entirely true. How many Lexus cars out there do you know have 600 horsepower? They're not even in the market right now competing with the likes of Jaguars, competing with the likes of the BMW M5s or the E63S AMGs. or a lot of the other big Euros, even some of the domestics that you're finding from Cadillac now with huge horsepower and basically Corvette-based engines found in luxury sedans. That's right, a lot of brands are doing it, but Lexus is playing it safe, and so is Acura, and they're not pushing the boundaries in most cases. So to call them a true luxury car is a wee bit of a stretch. And so they are a great compromise, but that's just the best way to summarize them. A compromise. You want to get a real luxury, you will accept a certain amount of problems. But with all that said, when you slide into that warm leather heated seat and you grip the heated leather steering wheel and you turn on your dynamic mode and listen to the rev of the exhaust, none of those maintenance reliability issues even cross your mind. You're just too busy soaking up the lap of luxury, because that's what these cars are. They're not essential, but they deliver on the goods. And that's why luxury cars generally are not overly reliable. But who really cares? Because you're having fun, and ultimately remember, life's too short to drive boring cars. But at the end of the day, enjoy your car. Thanks again, everybody, for joining. I know you enjoyed the video. Hey, if you did, don't forget to hit that subscribe button right down there and the notification bell, because that actually lets you know when the next video's out. As well, don't forget, maybe there's a link here you want to check out. Greatest cars for the year in 2020. Thanks again for joining. I'd love to see you guys on the next one. Catch you real soon. Bye-bye.